What's up, guys? John Howell here. I hope you're doing well. Listen, I want to just talk about a few things. It's probably got, I'm just going to go on a bit of a rant, a few things that I'm thinking about. In my life and what I'm doing and all that sort of stuff. A few things that's on my mind, guys, and I want to talk to you guys about. And the reason why I want to talk to you guys about, because hopefully this is going to help some people out there as well too. The first thing I want to talk about, guys, is you got to give yourself an A for effort. Now, what I mean by that is put in the work. Don't be a motherfucking bitch about your results and not put in the work. It's like, it's got to be A for effort. That's it. Or A for work. Because whether it's as the fitness, whether it's health, whether it's relationships, whether it's especially investing in the stock market and trading the stock market, that is hard work. It's hard work. And if you're not on that daily grind, on doing what you need to do, then you're not going to be successful at it. And so, and you've got to be at a situation where, it's so important, guys, that, and I look at my life as well too, it's just like, you've got to put that effort in, you've got to work hard, you've got to manage your time properly, you've got to do your proper research, if you trade in the markets, if you're just watching fucking YouTube videos all day, trying to learn what the next best thing is, it's like, get a fucking life. It's like it just doesn't work. And guys, the reason why I'm saying it is I've been there many a times where you just waste so much of your day watching other people's bullshit. And now, what I do, guys, is I like to segment my time out. And not all the time, but man, I've got to fucking get my ass together even more if I really want to take this whole year to another level. So guys, moving forward, I thought there was a copper in front of me. So moving forward, guys, you've got to put effort in. And effort simply means you've got to be, if you don't know how to read the charts properly, analyze the shit out of them. Work hard at that. You know what I mean? If you don't have a trading plan, get a trading plan together. If you don't know, how to put a trading plan together, figure it out. Do the stuff that's really going to make a difference to you long term. Not watching videos all day is not going to make you money long term. And guys, the same thing for me as well too, So, no matter what you're doing, guys, you got to put the effort in, you got to put the work in. And guys, putting the work in is not watching and reading subscriptions and videos. Putting the work in is finding the facts. And that's what I do about these videos, guys. I do the facts. I'm saying, read the charts. Read the charts, read the charts. The charts are what's important. It's not moving averages. It's not indicators. Now, indicators can give you a little bit of an edge. Yes. But most of your decision must come from the price action only. The price action is the only truth out there when trading the market, right? So if that's the case, then you should get a lot better at doing that. And guys, that's the reason why I spend so much of my time reading the chart. Not, oh, look what the candlestick's saying today. No, it's like the guys, it's really important if you want to move forward in the markets, it's really important that you understand that I'm going to be watching the road here, guys, while I'm driving. It's really important, guys, to understand that the price action is always telling you a story. When you look at the daily chart and you squeeze it up, you look at the peaks and troughs, it's telling you a story. When you look at the weekly chart, it's telling you a story, right? The market's always telling you a story, and it's up to us to read that story. Make sense? And guys, that's where like trading is the most hardest thing on the planet. If you want to get ahead in the markets, man, if you're not on top of your game 100%, the market will slap the shit out of you. It will just do that. So no matter what you're doing, guys, you've got to put your effort in. You've just got to say, if you're spending a lot of your time, reading, watching news, watching videos and stuff like that. Now, that's the reason why, guys, if you notice with my videos, I try to keep my videos short. Most of the time, I try to keep them short. 5 minutes or so you guys can get the absolute truth of what's going on and you can move forward. And as you can see, guys, I don't bring a whole bunch of indicators and bullshit in front of you. Now, every now and then I'll be looking at charts like that because I'm trying to, sometimes it might give me a bit of an edge of what's actually happening. So guys, put your effort in. Put your effort in. And what I mean by effort, guys, is like effort is, you know, here's the interesting thing. You know, 80%. You've heard it so many times from successful people, thought leaders, and movers and shakers on the planet. Success, mostly success, 80-90% of success comes from your mindset, your emotional being, and the market is an emotional thing. So if you're not doing any mindset training, any emotional training, if you're not doing any of that, guys, and you're actually not physically doing something where you're sticking to a routine, where you're sticking to something every single day, meaning that thing is going to help you make better trading decisions. Like for me, for example, me is meditating. Meditating, why? Because a whole bunch of things, and I've got a video coming on that tomorrow, I think. But that's just what, you know, that's just one thing. There's so many areas. The mindset is such a big area, guys, that we totally missed that. Everyone's like, show me this one trade, guys, that's going to make me 1,000%. If it doesn't, you're shit, John. You don't know. Wrong. It's like, guys, don't you understand that trading the market is a fucking difficult thing? And if you're going to treat it like a side hobby, if you're not going to work your ass off at it and spend the hours researching and analyzing and studying, you're not going to get ahead of the markets. That's just simple. You're going to lose all your money. And I have some of my private clients, they're just like, yeah, I just might try. I might look at it maybe half an hour a day, but I'm too busy for that, John. I'm like, I've got all this other stuff going on. Okay, well, you're going to lose your money then. You know what I mean? And then they lose the money. They're like, John, you shit. This thing doesn't work. Blah, 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 blah. And it's like, take fucking responsibility for your own actions, bitch. That's just what I say, right? You know, don't look at me. Guys, where I am right now, and my last 12 years, I am where I am right now because of every result that I've achieved in my life. Every result that I've achieved in life has come in the direct reflection of how I think, what I truly believe to what this world to be, and how I'm thinking. Because I know some people have gotten into silver the last couple of weeks and they've been getting really hurt. As you guys know, I haven't, and I'm still in that first trade. So guys, trading the market is difficult. It is so difficult to get ahead in the markets these days. And so you've got to, you know, guys, you've got to put the work in. You've got to put the hours in. You know what I mean, guys? It's just a matter of fact that if you're not going to do that, you know, you're kidding yourself. And you've got to have a long-term plan with a short-term view. That simply means you're taking a trade today. You got to say to yourself, this trade may stop out. It may be a losing trade. That's part of trading. Don't you guys get that? So many traders out there are looking for that one successful trade that's going to make them so much money, and they put so much money on it and it loses and their account's down 30%. I remember a while ago, 2 or 3 calls that I made on YouTube and they were wrong. And the guy's count was down 30%. Like, what? Why? That's not my issue. Just because you had bad trade management, bad money management, and even, you know, and all that sort of stuff, it's like, that's not my fault. That's your fault. If you had good trade management, good money management, your account would be down 5%, maybe 3%, not 30%. That's your issue, not mine. You know what I mean? Like, that's the shit you need to work on. Are you actually having a plan where you're doing that? Or are you or are you actually getting into the markets? Are you getting into the markets? Are you getting in the markets on a same pattern, a same setup every time? Or are you just getting in when you think it's good? Because guys, you need to trade what you see, not what you hope for. So many people are like, oh guys, oh John, you know, I'm in gold and I hope the cartel of this and that and China and the government and blah 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 and blah 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 and blah blah blah, and that's the reason why gold's gonna go up. And that's the reason why I'm gonna hold on to my position. Guys, story. One of the biggest things I learned from my mentors, or one of my millionaire mentors, he said, John, you get into a trade with an exact rule. And the exact rule needs to be based on the charts. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. It needs to be based on the charts. And you need to say, okay, if this happens, I'm getting out. That's just it, for a loss. And if this happens, I'm getting out for a profit. That's it. You need to have those exact rules. And anything but those rules is just a story for you to stay in. And you guys probably been there before, right? You know you've been there before. I've been there so many times, guys, I've lost count, you know? There's been more Christmases in my life than that's happened. I'll put it that way. So, what I mean by that, guys, is that, you know, you get into a trade and it'll go against you. You're like, oh, you know what? There's a support line here. And it'll go against you even more. Oh, look, there's a moving average here. It's pointing up, so I'm going to stay in. Oh, look, you know, there's a real big news announcement, and China's going to be adding the SDR basket, and that's going to be massive bullish for this market. So I'm going to stay in. And nothing I'm saying, oh, okay, well, the Shemitah, surely the Shemitah's going to do something. And that does nothing. Oh, you know, like I read on Zero. That's what I mean by story. You're creating a story why you should be doing something. There should be no story. There should be black and white. Now you set up trading plans. Now, for example, my trade for silver was, I'm going to get in where I'm getting in right now. If it goes against me by 20%, as in like 20% on that trade, I'm out. I'm risking 20% on that trade. But if it doesn't, then I'm holding on to the end of the year because I believe we can see some good movements. So it's either we get some nice extreme moves, or I'm just going to hold on to that trade. And so far, I'm still on it. You know what I mean? Like, I know exactly what I'm doing. I know this silver might go down. Oh man, this aircon. Silver may go down even more. But guys, you've got to accept that. You've got to accept the risk. So many people are like, I hope gold goes up. Hoping is not going to do anything about it. Have a trading plan. You know, and so many people, focusing on that one trade. Guess what, guys? Guess what? Let me actually give you some hard facts here. The best of the best traders are not even 50% right. Ray Dalio, $130-something billion hedge fund. He's not even 50-50 right. How does he make so much money? Oh, I think it's got something to do with his money management. Oh, I think it's got something to do with his trade management. Oh, I see. Do you see what I'm saying there, guys? So many people focusing on one trade. Oh, look, I went short and it got stopped out. You suck, John. You don't know what you're talking about. Oh, look, John said the market's going to go up and it went down. You suck, John. You don't know what you're talking about. Like, hang on a minute. I'm just reading what the market's telling me. Obviously, things change all the time. That's what the market's all about. So if you can't handle a loss, 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 or 7, 8 or 9, even 10 losses in a row at times, then get out of the market. Get out, get out, get out. If you can't be one of these guys that takes responsibility for your own actions, get out of the market, because the market will slap you around, take all your money, and leave you to cry for mummy. Right? And I'll be saying, here's your dummy, go home to mummy. Because the market is for the big boys. And if you're going to be a little boy behind the computer, then it's not for you. This market is only for the big boys. This market is not for the faint-hearted. Because whenever you think everything's going well, the market will slap the shit out of you and say, come back next time when your house goes up a couple $100,000. Make sense, guys? So, guys, do your work, and then, I'm just big, massive rant here. Guys, and you've just got to do the research. There's nothing, you got to have everything I've been saying in this video, guys. You've got to have that long-term view. You know what I mean? Now, guys, I also want to talk about something else here that's got nothing to do with trading, but I think it's got something to do with our society, and that's obesity. Obesity in our, in our life, and even kids' obesity and stuff like that, because it's so technology, and even us, there's so much obesity going on through these days. So many people are so damn fucking lazy. So, like, for example, and the reason I'm bringing this up, because I've got 3 kids. And my 2 oldest kids, they're actually starting to get a little bit of weight on them. Now, yes, they call it baby fat and blah, 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 but I don't care, you still got to, you don't want to let that weight get out of control with your kids, you know what I mean? So it's up to you as a parent to start managing that. And so many people out there think that it's actually difficult. So I actually said to my ex-wife, I said to her, listen, my two oldest kids, I said, they're starting to put a lot of weight on. I'm a bit worried about them. And my youngest one, he's fine. He's got a really high metabolism, and he's running around. You know, he's not really into all that sort of stuff. So I said to my ex-wife, I said, listen, just from now on, just give him some eggs in the morning, and that's all I want you to give him. She goes, what, eggs? That's it? I said, yeah. I said, just give him eggs in the morning. And then for lunch, you know, you want to give him some carbs and stuff like that. And, oh man, my nose is going nuts right now. And so, you know, and she goes, but I understand, like, they've got to have all their fruit and all that sort of stuff. And it's like, no, they've got so much sugar in the system. That's the reason why they're putting on so much weight. Like, especially my oldest son, he's putting on a lot of weight. Oh, geez. You know, he's putting on a lot of weight. So I just said to her, I said, you know, listen, this is what we've got to do. You know, and I said, just have eggs. Just have eggs for just have. So I said, this is what you just got to do. And so I told my ex-wife, I said, listen, just give my kids eggs in the morning. It's got some good fat, so it's going to keep them full. And plus giving, and then obviously the eggs are going to give them some protein. I said, but that's all you want to give them for the morning. Yes, they may get a little bit hungry in the morning, but that's okay. That's okay. Because it's actually a fact, if you just give yourself protein and fats in the morning, not too much, and then let yourself go through to lunch, and then you have like a lunch, that alone is going to start to help you, what's the word I'm looking for? Stabilize the blood sugars in your level. It's going to train the body. It's going to start to use more fat now for fuel first thing in the morning, which is going to slowly tap out that fat. Tim Ferriss actually taught me this. Or didn't teach me directly, but I learned from Tim Ferriss. Just by having protein in the morning and a little bit of fats, such as the egg yolks, and having that is one of the best things that kids can do if they're overweight. And then at lunch, then they can do what they do. Now, also another thing I told my ex-wife, I said, if you want to give him something sweet, give it to him at lunchtime. So if you want to give him an ice block or something, don't do it for dessert before they go to bed. Do it at nighttime. Oh, sorry, do it during the day. And then after that, take them for a run in the park. There's a reason why these things happen, right? It's like, you know, you've got to do that. So this morning I was seeing him, and I was talking to my ex-wife, and so what we did is, you know, I was so proud of her because she said, yeah, we just had eggs this morning, scrambled eggs. And no milk and nothing like that. A little bit of sauce as well too, that's fine. A little bit of barbecue or tomato sauce, that's fine, not too much. You know, and then for lunch, when you have your lunch, that's when you might want to have your carbs, but not too much. And if you want to have an ice cream or a chocolate or something like that, have it at lunchtime, I told her. And then what happened, and then 2 or 3 hours later, go for a run around the park, come back, and don't have like a high carb dinner. And I said, but still have something nice, if it is spaghetti bolognese, for example, you want to have that for dinner. Well, just make sure that the 3/4 is meat and sauce, and 1/4 of it is just a little bit of pasta, and that's it. And then drink a lot of water, and then send the kids to bed. And I promise you, just by doing that sort of stuff, guys, you're not taking everything away from them, but you're being smart about how things work. You know what I mean? And you're working hard. And guys, if adults, if you're obese right now, you know, and you're not doing it for your health, you got to work. You know. You guys don't realize that's what my life is all about. A successful life is a balanced life. I work my ass off in every different area of my life to make sure I'm doing the right thing for me. In health, in fitness. And, you know, as you guys can see, I'm always about health and fitness. You guys check my website out. Check it. So guys, even adults, if you want to start losing weight, then start to take something like that on. Right? Don't reduce everything back straight away, but start to do something like that. You know, like start to do stuff like that. And parents, it's our job to look after our kids and make sure that they're not getting obese. And there's a lot of things we can do. Doesn't mean we cut back the chocolate that we give them or cut back everything from them the whole day. No, it's just the way you manipulate things. High protein, low carb in the morning. high protein, high fat, or very, very low carb. You're going to have your chocolate or something, or a carb meal during the day. A couple hours later, you're going to go for a run, come back. You're going to have a little bit of carbs at night, and mostly meat and stuff like that. Lots of water. And by doing that, you're not giving yourself a lot of blood, you're not giving yourself a lot of carbs, a lot of sugar. So at night time, that's when you start to lose weight. You do that for a whole week with your kids, or even your adults, you start to lose weight. Guys, we've got to start standing up to the obesity of what's happening in our country and stop being so fucking lazy. Guys, everyone wants everything for nothing these days. Everyone wants everything for nothing these days. They're not willing to put the work in. For you guys that are trading the market, you want to get ahead, fucking work hard. Big boy, put your big boy pants on. If you want to get healthy and fit, fucking work hard. How do you think I got healthy and fit? And I have to work my ass off every day. Right? And if you're overweight, take fucking responsibility and start to manipulate things. If you want some help, contact me. I can help you develop a plan there. And then, and for us parents, we've got to take responsibility for our kids. Firstly, by doing what I was saying before about the food, but secondly, be an example of being fit and healthy by actually doing it yourself. Because when you do it yourself, your kids want to do it as well too. Remember, success can be yours if you go clever, so step up, take massive action, and face your fears today.